Hey Sebastian, what's going on? Hey Silver Badger, how's it going? I've already gone through about 10 rolls, and I already pulled a silver out of this one. This is a 1943 P mint mark. Then there's a 49S, I believe, and a 46 that I've already pulled out of the box. Um, these three are the ones that I pulled out of the other box. And the cool thing is that some of these are supposed to be like super low mint. Like this is a 1939, and that's not a low mint. There we go, 1939 Philadelphia. This one is a 1938, and it's got a mint mark on the back. So it's a 1938S, which is like the third lowest mintage of the entire Jefferson series. And then this one is also a 1939. Oh, the lighting is all screwed up here. Focus. There we go. 1939 Philadelphia. Clipped planchets. Yes. What about clipped planchets? Sorry, I gotta just drop some music here. Yeah, I have found a couple of clipped planchets sorry, not Nickels, on the Lincolns. I have found clipped planchets before. They're minor clips. Um, Buffalo Sebastian, I did find in the previous box. I did find a Buffalo. It is dateless. It does have a mint mark down there, but it's really tore up. It's a D mint mark, but that doesn't tell me much as far as what year it is. But did find that. I found two 2009 Ds. Um, yeah, I was really surprised. Um, really surprised about the coins that I got in this last box. That's the whole reason why I went back and got a second box, because like this silver that I pulled out of this box, this is in the first 10 rolls. So it's like, okay, what else is going to be in this box if I can find a 43 silver in the first 10 rolls? Um, Silver. Um, yes, they do carry a small premium. Again, it all depends on condition. Um, so if it is like a severe clipped planchet, or if it's a light clipped planchet, it does carry a little bit of a premium. Any clipped planchets, I always keep, um, because they're really interesting about how the coins were made. So it's more about the history for me, and the process. Um, I found a couple of them. Like I said, they're light clips. They're not anything like half cut up or anything like that. But you can turn a profit off of them. I have seen that. If you have time, I threw up a video. If you were bored, thanks again for the invitation. Yeah, I'll check it out, Silver. I'll check it out and see what we got. Again, it all depends on condition. Um, and that's kind of one of those things that rolls around for all coins. That it's all about condition, but I think they're neat. So, but that's just me. Okay, let's get right into this 2016. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for I'm looking for silver ones. I'm looking for known varieties, such as a 1964 Denver repunchment mark. I'm looking for some of the early ones, like anything in the 40s, anything in the 30s, buffaloes, silvers. Um, let's see, 2004, 2005s. I'm looking for. I'm looking for some of the older ones that have full steps on the reverse. Like, yeah, just kind of look for a bunch of different stuff. Just, like what people would hunt, stuff that sticks out, that's like in really good condition. Like the 624 is not bad. It's in, like, there's not a lot of scuff marks on it or anything, but it is 64D. So I'm gonna take a look at the scope right quick. And looks like there is a bunch of dye deterioration on it. Yeah. Nope. There's a bunch of dye deterioration, and it's got a machine doubling strike on it. So that's fine. We keep rolling. There's one that I had to email pictures. The devices on the obverse were just huge, like ginormously huge, and it was due to dye deterioration. And it's when those strikes are occurring, and it is the metal flow has basically dug out the areas on the dies, and it made the devices like 4 times as big. And they were that was a kind of interesting find. I thought it was like, hey man, this is gonna be like a severe double die, but no, it's not. It's just gonna be lots of wear on the dies and whatnot. So 1971. I keep my eye out for 1971 Phillies, because they are just really hard for me to find. I have not found any in superb condition, and I found a few that are just kind of rough. So the 2004s, with the 2004s, that has the piece reverse. This is the keel boat. But the 2004s that has the piece reverse, and the 2005 P that has the bison reverse, check the date, and that's they have possible doubling on those sections. The 2004 piece has it right on. Like, here's a piece that's a 2004 Denver. The piece reverse will have it on the date, and then the 2005 will have it on the top of the T. 92. There's a piece. 2004 Denver. 1978. 74. I still keep my eye out for the 1975s. There's a 1975. There's a rarity that has a mint mark that is higher than where it should be. So the one to look for, I don't have a picture handy, but the one to look for is where the mint mark, the D mint mark, is actually next to the 5, like right to its immediate west. And if you can find one of those, if you can find one of those, then those will carry a premium, because those are not supposed to be outside the box, outside the area that they are normally in. 2006, 2005. This is a Ocean. 2006, 87, 2015, oops, 91, 2015, 16. Looks like some of these coins have like forgotten to be washed or something. Some of these are kind of dirty. 74, 77, 2000. I'm not getting a whole lot now. 1980, 60, 64, 75. So here's the one that I was talking about in 75. So you see where the D is below, like southwest of the 5. If you find one where the D is right in between his the bow in his hair tie and the 5. If you can find one right in there, then that's the rarity. That's the special one. So I like these older ones though, just because, like, I don't know if you can see that on camera. This is a 49, but it's got streaks in it, and it reminds me of the Woodies and the Lincolns, in the Lincoln sense. You can see the streaks down the side right there. Something about those older coins are cool. 99, 2000, 97. 2016, 2012, 1968, 2001, 75, 80, 2006, 83, 2014, 2010, 95, 2016. The other thing I'm checking when I'm looking at nickels is I'm looking on the reverse. 2015 was a big year that they had a misaligned or like a planchet error misaligned die on the reverse, where it actually cut off the devices on the bottom of the design. So I'm looking for those because I remember there was an article about it, that somebody had found an entire roll of it. And obviously, the more that there are, the less, the less super premium value that it carries. But if you can find them in good condition, it's still still carries a premium when it removes the design and part of the design. 1941. We have a mint mark. No mint mark, but 1941. 9 dimes. Yes. So in this box, in the first 10 rolls, I got this one, which is a 1943 P silver nickel. In the last box, I found a 1943 S. 1943 S. A Buffalo, 2009s, and then I found this one. I don't know what is causing these things, but these things are like very what's the term? They're very dark. But this one still has like a bunch of luster in it, so I don't know what causes that. But this is a 61 Philly, and it's a pretty good shape. So I have found silver in the last 2 boxes. just something about my area that the boxes of nickels are not very searched at all. So I have figured out that that's where I need to hunt. Half dollars are very hit and miss in my area because I know there's at least, oops, sorry. I know that there's at least one or two people that will go through half dollars on a large scale. Like I talked to the tellers at one of my banks, and they have a guy that comes in and dumps $4,000 worth of half dollars, which is um, 4 boxes. No, I'm sorry, dumps $2,000, which is 4 boxes, twice a week. So this guy goes through $4,000 of half dollars every week. Um, and I thought that was a little bit crazy, but it's. I try to find out if like what time he normally comes in or whatever, so that I can find out who it is and talk to him and say, hey, are you looking for varieties? You just looking for silver? Because there could be a lot of things that they are missing, um, that they are not looking for varieties or errors, and that they're just looking for the straight silver. That I don't know. Maybe I'll work something out with them about picking those up, and or maybe he just saves some for me or something. I don't know. Right now I'm looking at the scope. I'm looking at a 2004 Philly that has possible double die on the date, and that one does not. Some of these edges are so hard to tell because they all look the same. Like there's some silvers that you can definitely see. Let's see, 51S. So I got a 51S. Some of the edges look like everything else. Because I've had some silvers where I looked at it, it's like, okay, nothing's popping out on me on the roll, and so I go through it, and I'm like, hey, wait, that's a silver, and I didn't even see it. So edges is just one way that you can tell sometimes. 73, 2011. Some of the 2000s and the nickels are like the shields on pennies. They all look exactly the same, and there's so many of them. So sometimes it's hard to go through. Look for varieties and errors, but I can't wait to. I got all of my quarters sorted from that bank score, so I just need to start going through them and seeing, because I got most of them labeled on what states they are, and what I have. I don't have all 50 states, but I have a large group, um, and it's just the state ones. It's not the state park or just anything like that. But yeah, those are gonna be fun to go through because they are sharp. They are very sharp. They're very clean. There's some that are a little bit rough, so it looks like that maybe that this person had just pulled them out when they first came out, and just had them set aside and not like not like full sets. I mean, but there are some in a box that just look like literally it just came out of the bag. So I got some books that I would like to see if I can finish with this group of coins. And we will see how far we can get on those. Oh yes, there it is. Proof. What year is it? What year is it? '87. I don't know why my camera, there's too much light. 89. So 89 proof. Yeah. So I have a silver and a proof already. Silver and a proof. That's a good score so far. 2012, 2000, 74, 78, 87. Hey Bill, how goes it? 2013, 97, 84, 69, 88, 2007, 99, 91, 74, 2016. So 2005D, Bison reverse, looking for spearing, no spearing. There was one on this roll. There's one on this roll that may be something that's worn. 94, 2008, almost 2009s, 2000, 2015, 84, 94. That's an interesting 94. It's a little bit rough. 2003, 2006, 2000, 94, 87. Bill says, going okay, coin roll, hunting halves, no silver halfway through the box, got a box of nickels, 40s and dimes and a roll quarter to look through too. Yeah, that sounds like a good setup. I was just talking earlier about I don't search half dollars that much, because they are very heavily searched in my area. The bank that I dump at, there is a guy who comes in and dumps like $2,000 of half dollars every week. So I'm sure that they are going through them for the silver, but the thing that I would like to know is, are they looking through, for errors of varieties or anything like that, or if they just looking straight for the silver. There's a worn one back here. Which one is that one? This is worn. This is just 94. I've only gone through a couple boxes, a couple of boxes of halves, and about half of them for me have been just skunks. Like there's one that I got really cool. I got a bunch of NIFCs. There's one that had 18 silvers in it that was like tore up from the floor up. 48S. 48S. But then and those are like few and far between for me. I just don't get it out here. You do a box of halves Monday through Saturday. Holy cow, dude. There's got to be at some point where it just like they all start blending together. Like I kind of hit that way with the Lincoln Sense. That like especially the shields. Oh man, those things drive me nuts. It's like it's just you feel like that you're looking at the same coin over and over and over and over and over, and it gets slow sometimes, where you have to just mentally break that barrier of, okay, this is the same coin, this is the same coin, this is the same coin. Be like, okay, this is a different coin, this is a different coin. So, but I like the nickels. I figured out that the nickels are extremely unsearched in my area. For anything, for any double dies, any older dates, any buffaloes, anything. So that's why I started going through nickels. I really do pennies. I get a roll here and there and open when I get 5 to 10 rolls. I used to get like 2 or 3 boxes at a time. But then it just kind of got too much. No, I still have to go through. I have a small project that I'm working on, that I do have to get a number of boxes of pennies to go through, because I need specific dates, that I'm looking for to finish my project. So I will have to go through a number of boxes to find those. 82 piece, 24D, 1999. The bison, looking for spearing, no spearing. 1999. Did I need that for something? I think I needed that for something. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind to do. I don't know if I would do a box, but I mean, obviously that would be the way they go. But a box of dimes, because I know that they would be harder to go through. But I think that, like, I don't know, like you might get a better sample on a box size than just trying to get, like, 5 or 6 rolls. Looking for those items like the 68, 69, 70 torch reverse, silver ones, mercuries. What else is there? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that would be interesting to see. Because I figure that the dimes are not searched as much as the nickels in my area, so that would lend me to believe that there could be some decent opportunity in the dimes. 2014, 2008, 2010, 2004D. Never did a dime box. Just pick up $40 to $50 worth. I had 40 yesterday, and I got 2 silvers. That's cool. I wouldn't mind, because like, one of the things that they got me into this is, I would find a cool coin, and then I had to put it somewhere. So I got one of those albums, and then I was like, okay, well now I want to fill the rest of the album. So then I was like, okay, I gotta get more coin to look through the album, so, or to fill up the album. And it just kind of escalates from there, because then I'm like sorting stuff and like organizing stuff. It's like, man, this is rough. I keep on opening these rolls like I'm gonna be able to tell the silver from the edges. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna stand out like it's in a $50 roll. They stand out. No, actually they don't. Not on 2004 Denver, 2016, 2017. What's that one? 2006. Had me looking like it was a 2009 for a second. D reverse, no sparing. 2012, 16. What's the craziest thing that you think that you could get in a box of dimes? A Mercury. Something else. A Barber. Ooh, Canadian large cents. And peace dollars. Hey, that is a good accomplishment. Bill J. Props to you, man. I only have a few peace dollars, and the only peace dollars that I have are in one of the only ones that I have is actually in this one right here that I put together. So this is a book of coins of the 20th century. So in here I have Indian Head Lincoln Steel Memorial and the Buffaloes. All of these I found coin roll hunting, except for that one, obviously. All of these I found coin roll hunting. This one I had to purchase, and then these I found. Let's see what else. So the one I'm missing is the Barber Quarter. But basically some of these other ones I've gotten, especially all of these, I've gotten from other streams. And back here, I have the peace dollar, I just haven't put it in yet. The Eisenhowers I got from the bank, and then the Morgan I got from a stream. So, yeah, I mean, they're peace dollar said I finished as I found the book, and my dad had signed it. I felt obligated to finish what he started. Yeah, no, I like completing the books. It's just that sense of accomplishment, being able to finish something. It feels really good. It's totally worth it. 89, 1958, but it is jacked up. So I've got another of that same book, of the coins of the 20th century that I thought about just kind of filling up when I could. I've got some coins floating around that I could put in it, but I don't know. I feel like kind of saving it just in case. I do have 50D. I actually found one coin roll hunting. I think I did a video on it, and it was crazy because I knew exactly what it was, because it's these coins that I'm looking through, and I've researched. It's like, okay, so what are the dates, the key dates, and all that. It's like it would just be like if you had found like a 1914 D in a box. So where is? I think it's this one. Let me check. Yeah, Bill. Here you go. 1950D. I found that one in a box, and I just about lost my mind. Because I was like, this is the key date. This is the one. I was super stoked to find that one. Hey, Fire Demon, what's going on? So far this box has not been too bad. I got a silver. I got a proof. I don't have any 2009s or Buffaloes yet. And I do say yet because I'm bound to get one of those two, because that's how it usually happens. "2013, 2013. Well, I must be really lucky then, because I could not believe that I had found that one in a box. But the thing is that, like, ever since I started going through Nickels, I've been saying these things are not searched. There's so much stuff in here, and that this stuff is not searched. There's no way. I am in Oregon, West Coast. Oh, let's just image. 2001, 80. Ocean. 2016, 99. 2016. Yeah, yeah, that is all the way across the country. But I'm honestly glad that I found a niche, you know, a niche pocket to cornrow hunt in, because there's, like, I mean, just out of the last two boxes, I got two silvers sitting in here. I got a buffalo. I got 2009s. I've in the last couple of boxes, I found 2 or 3 of the 1938 S's, which I think is just insane. Because if we look at the mintage on the 38S, reference the handy dandy book here. Whoops, not the 3-cent pieces, not the Liberty Head, not the Buffalo. So the 1938S only has a mintage of, focus. 1938S only has a mintage of 4.1 million, which is one of the lowest ones. I believe. Let me check. I do have a little spreadsheet that I put together. So the 1938S has the third lowest mintage of all of the Jefferson series. The Jefferson series starts off with the 1950D, which is obviously the key date, at 2.6 million. Then there is the 1939 Denver at 3.5 million. Then the 1938S at 4.1 million, which the one that I got in the box that I had just finished, that's like the third one. So I think that's kind of crazy. 1938D at 5.3 million. 1939S at 6.6 million. 1951S. Wait, hold on. 51S? I think I got that one today. Hold on. Stand by. Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm over here listing the lowest mintage in the Jefferson series, and I pulled one of those. 1951S. 1951S is the sixth lowest mintage of the entire Jefferson series, and I just pulled it just a little while ago. That's crazy. That is crazy. Low mintage, I didn't even know. How's that for fines? So I'm hoping to find something else. Because, I mean, both these boxes have been pretty good so far. I mean, they haven't been bad at all. I'm definitely getting you know, good coins in them. 2000, 2012, 2001, 2001, 2016, 64 plane, 2012, 2015. I've only ever pulled a 38D, no 39DS or 50. I think most of the 39s are the 39s that I've pulled have been Philadelphia. So I don't know if I've pulled any 38s or 39s. I think that's some of the ones that I'm missing. Let me check. Yeah, I'm missing the 39s in my book right now. So the 39D, the 39S. 1980p, 1998, 2015, 2006. Come on, coins, give me something good. 2002, 87, 88, 85. 88, 76, 90, 64 plane, 2012, 2004 Denver. Well, 2004 I'm looking for the Philadelphia, because it has a possible double die on the obverse of it. It's a dark one right up front. I like finding the proofs though. I found several proofs so far. In the Nickels, just going through rolls. 69, 76, 2002, 2016, 2002, 91. 2013, 1977, 2013, 2005. We got 1940 plane. That's another old one. It's a mintage on a 1940 plane. Mintage on a 1940 plane is 176 million. So yeah. That one's pretty common. 73, 2000, 82. What is that? 51. It's a 51, maybe Denver? Yeah, 51 Denver. So there's another 50. It would be crazy if we pulled a 50D out of this. I think I would have to leave and go get a lottery ticket at that point. That would be kind of fun though. 2006, 2007, 87. 76, 2006, 77, 96, 81, 2012, 80, 2006, 1976, 2015, 2012, 89, 16, 15, 64 Denver. Yeah, especially if you win the lottery. Right? That would be good. That would be good. 94, 16, 2006. Some of these coins are just rough. So we're halfway through the box, over a little bit over halfway through the box. So we'll see what else we can get out of this box. You can see that it's been kind of a slow box, because this is the stack of 40s that I got from the first box. That's a lot of 40s in a box. But the 40s and the 50s are usually the most that I get from these boxes. They kind of stick out. Sorry, I was checking the end of a roll because I thought that I saw a mint mark above Monticello. And I thought that it was gonna be kind of crazy there for a minute, because that would be cool to find. I actually have found one silver ender, and that was kind of crazy in itself. Get a bunch of these rolls opened up so I can dig into them and see what we got. Man, I've never found a buffalo ender. That's cool. (2017) 98, 2015, 14, 16. Hey Paula, how goes it? I'm going through Nickels this morning because my last box was so good I had to go back and get another one. And so far it has not disappointed. I am doing good, thank you. So what we found already is a 1943p silver nickel. We have found a proof, an 89 proof. We have found a 51S, which is in the top 10 lowest mintage for Jeffersons. So that one was a good find. I was showing earlier that my last box that I got, I actually got a 38S, and that is the third lowest mintage for the entire Jefferson series. But the more crazy thing is that is like the third one that I have pulled in the last few days, or last few boxes. So I don't know what's going on and why I'm pulling these low mintage coins out, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it all day long, because that is okay with me. 71, 2014, 2016. Yeah, it's been good. That and I sorted out all of my all of those quarters that I got that I need to go through and match up to my to the books that I have. But yeah, I mean, because like the vast majority of those coins are literally like BU like straight out of the mint coins, and I don't like. I get why somebody had turned them in because they didn't want them anymore, but like do something with them or something. But I'm glad that that I was able to get a hold of those, and I didn't get as much as I thought I was gonna get because they were going through them pretty fast. But I did get a bunch that I will go through later. Maybe do another live stream something later. 1948S, and possibly be looking for some double dies. 1941S, holy cow. Some double dies, the way that I understand is that some of the state quarters were struck with disoriented dies, is what they said. And these disoriented dies affect the rotation of the coin. So if you have how our coins are, heads up, and then you flip it over, and then it's the right side up tails. Well, on some of them, they're like the rotated dies. So it would be cool to find, a good specimen of the rotated die in a BU state. For any of those nickels would be good. Yeah, I've looked through the major ones that I know. I'm not real strong in the quarters. But I do know about the Delaware, the Spitting Horse, and I actually did find one of those. It's in pretty good condition. I was super stoked about that. I checked, was it Michigan, I believe, that has the extra leaf. And I looked through all the ones that I had, and there was no extra leaf on those. So there's that. I checked Nevada with the, what do they call it, the pooping horse or something? The horses, for the die chips of the horses, and I did not see any on those. I only looked real hard through about half of them because it was getting really late. So I just rolled them up, and I will have to go through those later and see what we got. Yes, Vic, I am going through nickels. I started going through nickels just to change it up from my pennies that I was doing, and what I found out is that the nickels in my area are not searched, because it's like every single box that I'm able to go through, I get at least one coin out of 3 different types. I get a silver, a buffalo, or 2009, and I have not had one box not give me one of those coins, and those are supposed to be the ones that you are not supposed to find. So the last 2 boxes is actually this one right here is a 43S, and a buffalo, 2 2009s, and then this box already we have a 43P. I haven't looked at that underneath the scope yet, and an 89 proof. So far these boxes have provided very well. And it's the biggest thing is that it's not like I'm getting, half a roll of buffaloes, or a roll of silver nickels in there. It's just the consistency of the coins. And there are 2 different branches that I go through. There's one that's closest to me, and then there is another one that's about 5 miles away. And I have noticed a specific difference between the what I call the quality of the coin between those two branches. And basically they're on different routes. So for whatever reason, that this bank that's closest to me is on the better route, I guess. That would be the only way that I can figure out how to how to explain why that these better coins are here. So I've got a 1940 plain, no mint mark. So I've talked with the tellers about, if they know the route, what company they're using, Loomis, and all of that, to see if there's something going on with the truck or the route or something. But yeah, it seems to be working just fine. Welcome back, Bill. 2016, 96, 2015, 2000, 93, 96, 17, 99. Want something else good to pop up? There's been a couple of coins that I have found that, like, there's one I am like 95% sure that is an SMS nickel, just because of the characteristics on it. And it's all stuff that I find in circulation boxes. It's crazy. Crazy what we find. Yeah, these coins are starting to slow down. Don't slow down, keep going. 94, 73. Keep thinking that these are gonna be good boxes, and then I end up getting like a dud for live streams. I see how it goes. 2008, almost at the 2009. 1975, looking for the high D. 96, 15, 88. Oops. Knocking stuff around 2016. 73, 96, 78, 2007. 94, come on, 2016. 94, 2014, 91. That's a very interesting 1960. So, what do you guys think about that one? Get it so you can see it about that. Like, it looks like that it had something on the face almost, but it's not coming off. And the back is even pretty. I mean, the strike is there. I don't know. I might have to put that. The only thing I would be worried about this one is, okay, so say if there's something on the face, but then why is it streak across like this and only at this point? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that one later. Let's set aside, look at that underneath the scope and see if there's something on the surface, or if it's that would be a really interesting like coin if it was like an alloy or something that got into the mix and then it came out like that. That would be a great find. What is that? That is a 1958D that looks brand new. 1986, 2004, 1980, 2016. These are better coins. Hey, Adriana. I am just going through Nickels. Almost finished. I have maybe about 10 rolls left. 10 or 11 rolls left. Got some good stuff so far. Got some silver. No 2009s though. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't hit a 2009 yet. Because normally I would find those pretty regular. So we found a 1943 P Civil War nickel. Got this. This might be able to clean up pretty decently. This is an 89 proof. I don't know why that my. There it is. 1989 proof. You can see that it's cloudy, but I think that might clean off. The last box I got a Buffalo of 43S, two 2009s, and some other coins. There's a 1938S that I pulled out of the last box. And what I was talking about earlier is that it was kind of crazy for the last few boxes because I've pulled 3 of the 1938S, and normally you'd be like, okay, so it's a 1938S, so what? Well, the importance of the 1938S is that it is the 3rd lowest mintage of the entire Jefferson series. So then the question would be, so why have I pulled 3 in just the last couple of boxes? That's the interesting piece. $2013. Gotta change my setup on my desk. Got another old one. You can tell by the back. Like you can tell that that one's old. So let's see which one it is. 47. 47 Philly. 2005, 89, 64. With the proofs, I have found probably 5 or 6 in the proofs. There was one that I found recently. Let's see if I still have it. I think I do. This one right here. This is a 64 proof, and you can tell right away that it is a proof because it is mirror and it is bright. It is gorgeous, and the best part is I found this in a roll, just like this, and I could not believe that I found a coin like this in a roll. That's one of the best proofs that I have ever found, is that one right there. Because I've found other ones that are like, they're scratched up and whatnot, but that one definitely takes the cake. She's a peach. 2015. (2011), 2013, 2015. I gotta fire up my my 3D printer this weekend because I have a lot of stuff that I've been working on, and it's kind of loud to print during a stream, at least for me. So that's why it's not running right this very second. But I have had it running until about 3 o'clock. About 3 o'clock this morning is when they finally called it, and I got some done. Okay, so this one right here, I can already tell you that that one right there is gonna be a Euro. Why is I'm having some camera problems today. This one right here, that's gonna be a Euro. I'm like 80% sure. So let's see. No? Oh my gosh. It's not. It's a 9060. That color looks just like a 5 Euro. That's crazy. Why is it toned like that? Oh, no. I screwed that one up. Alright. Let's keep going. Keep going. 64. Looking for silver. Looking for errors. Looking for varieties. Looking for... I think there's something wrong with the 2017s, because they are just so rough looking. Something about them. 1972, 2016. Like because it looks like that the dyes are worn down so heavily, that the devices and the design just blends into the background, and I don't know what's causing that. 2005 P or D? P. Let's check the scope. See if we got doubling. No. Dang it. On the 2004 Philly piece reverse, there's a possible double die on the obverse on the date. On the 2005 Bison Philadelphia, on the obverse, there is a possible double die that shows up in the top right of the T, and in the U in trust. Just in case, take notes. I haven't found one. On most of the 2015s, they would be kind of hard to tell, because most of them are worn right there, because just that area is a high part of the coin. But yeah, if you can find one of those in good condition, then it's worth definitely worth keeping. 2014, 2017, 15, 77, 87. And most of the 80s that I'm finding are in pretty good condition. They have relatively full steps on the reverse. 1960. 2011. So my 40s pile is looking like my 50s pile from the last box. It's getting up there pretty well. So hopefully we can find something good out of these. I would like to find a buffalo. Finding a buffalo would be super great right now. Or a lamination, or double die, or a key date. Finding a key date right now would be pretty spectacular. But actually, you know, come to think of it, the 1950D that I pulled out of a box is probably the only key date that I've ever pulled out of a circulation box. Because I haven't pulled any key dates out of the Lincoln sets, and I haven't pulled any key dates out of the half dollars either. But I'm sure Shay and Adriana have rolled all kinds of key dates. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're on the last 9 rolls. That would be awesome to pull, like, just like, cause I knew exactly what it was. It was a 1950D, and I knew that was a key date. And like I had to just sit there for probably 5 or 6 minutes and be like, okay, so this is actually, yes, this is what it is. There's no doubt about it. And just kind of soak it in. And that was a big deal for me. So I can't imagine like doing it multiple times. I think I think that would be cool. Be like, okay, so what key date am I pulling this week? That should be a game. Whoever guesses what key date gets pulled. Just saying. I really want to pull the 1975D Aircoin. Yes, I agree, Bill. And I am consistently looking at my 75Ds to find that one. I would absolutely love to find one of those bad boys. So if you guys don't know what the 75D, there was a we'll call him Drunken Bill, that was punching the mint marks that day, and they struck the D far north of where it should have been, so that the D resided on the die in between Washington's like hair tie and the date when it's supposed to be below that section. So, and that's the 1975 D error coin. That would be a great one to find, because if you can find those, the error itself is worth its salt. But especially if you could find one that was in good condition, then yes, you could have that for a premium, I'm sure. Hey Shay, what's up? We're talking about you. Your ears must be burning. I've got a 47 over here. 47 plain. 95, 1990. I've actually looked at eBay, just to see what's out there, and there's some really interesting stuff, and especially if they have good pictures, like Mr. PV was talking about. Mr. PV was talking about, these people that are posting these coins, and they don't know what they are or what they have, and I got lucky. Where did I put them? On my desk somewhere. On my desk. They are on my desk. I swear they're on my desk. I went on eBay and I don't know where they went. I went on Oh, they're right here. Oh, they're right in front of my face. I went on eBay and I picked out some 1876 seeded dimes. And the important one. Let me get them in the light. So I picked up 3, and I paid less than $10 for each of these coins. I don't know why my light's all jacked up. Okay, 1876. This is an 1876. All 3 of these. The other one is down here. All 3 of these are 1876. The importance of these is the type 1 and the type 2. I was taking notes. So on the left ribbon, right down here at the bottom, if it's only got 1 ribbon and not 2 parts like the right one, that is a type 2 reverse. The type 2 reverse are considered scarce. So I just happened to find 3 of them. Oops. And I'm dropping the coins. So I happened to find 3 of them, so I picked them up. And like I said, I paid less than $10 for each of these. The only value that I can find just shows the 1876. It doesn't break down the type 1 and the type 2 at all, but yeah. So I was pretty stoked about that, to be able to find that many. So it's just I do it sometimes. My biggest concern is that I don't know a lot about the coins other than just some of the very specifics. So when I'm looking for a coin, say, I don't know, a half dime. And so I'm searching up half dimes, and I've got a list of 4,237 half dimes, and I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm looking for, what the difference is. Even if I have small notes where it's like, okay, I know that there is a, an error or something on the 19 or the 1878s or whatever. But there's still 300 of them listed. So, but it's all about learning. And learning the different pieces of each of the coins, but everybody has their thing. I have a very small, like I know a lot about the Lincolns, not as much as Ken. I know a lot about the Nickels because I went through and did a video on Nickels, and for that video I did a bunch of research about the different varieties, the different errors, and everything about on the Nickels. So I have a much better understanding of the Nickels now. Check something right quick. Hey, Blockhead. So I think I'm better with Nickels. There's a bunch of things that I know about the half dollars, but I can tell you nowhere near as much as what Shay knows. That's his gig. But then we get to the crazy things like the 20-cent piece, the 3-cent nickel, the all these other coins that man, there's just not many made, and it's not until you start doing the research that I found. So on the seeded dime, I actually found a website that actually has all of the varieties, and it breaks them down with pictures, and I think that's awesome because I'm very much a visual learner. That I have to see it being done, so I know Like, as far as reference goes, it's all about visual for me. So when I have a reference, it has pictures that I can go through and say, okay, so I'll have the reference up and I'll have my scope up and be like, okay, well, is it, is it this one? Well, no, because it doesn't have this piece. Okay, is it this one? And be able to really break down, what exactly is there, what exactly I have, the seated dime and the plastic that I have. I haven't put it in a flip yet. That particular one, I've got it narrowed down to a particular die or die pairing, and it's called 102 or 112. And the scarcity is a 4. The rarity is a 4, which makes it scarce less than 30 30,000 pieces. And I know that there was I'm gonna check my email real quick. That this particular the 2000 all right, the Type 2 on the 1876 has a basically a rarity of 4, which puts it at less than 30,000 pieces specimens, and PCGS gives it a surviving population of 3,000. So this Type 2 that I have now 3 of, they're could be less than 3,000, and I think that's awesome that I have 3 of 3,000 known to still exist. That's a cool feeling. So one coin that I pull up is a 49S. So is that a 49S? 49S is in the top 10 lowest mintage. It is number 8. So that is our second or third top 10 lowest mintage out of this box. I'm just gonna call this the low mint box. What else can we get? 2012, 85, 72, 2000, 2015, 94, 64, 2006, 81, 64. A lot of 64s. They minted a metric ton of them every day. 2006, 89. That's 82. 2015, 92, 2006, 97, 89, 2003, 2010. Not so much. And on the last 3 rolls, let's see if we can get anything out of that. Let's eject a coin. 95, 91, 2005D Buffalo Bison, 2004P. Looking for doubling on the date. No, it doesn't look. Doesn't look like it. 2006, 2008. I'm still surprised that I haven't come across the 2009 yet. I would normally come across at least one by now. 2012, 16. But That's okay if I don't come across 2009, because at least I got a silver out of this box, which I'm okay with. I feel like I need to steal some music or something from Mantic. Some sweet melodies in the background. Second to last one. What have we got? 1990, 2017, 2005D Bison, 2016, 2015, 11-1, 2015, 2014. Ooh. It's an... I don't know what that is. What year is that? Oh, 1983. That one is gross. 62, 59, 1990, a couple older ones. 2016, 84, 13, 99. Hey, Silver and Cents. Yes, we found a 1943 P Silver War nickel. That was actually found in the first 10 rolls, actually. I was kind of surprised. Come on, focus. It's right here. Do it. There you go. Do it. 1943 P. Right there. Found a 1989 proof. It should clean up just fine. It might be a little bit scratched. I got some other ones that are low mintage, like the 51S, the 49S, that are in the top 10 lowest mintage for the Jefferson series. So yeah, it's been a pretty good box. Pretty good box so far. All right, last roll. You know what this means is that the V nickel has to be in this last roll. I wish. That would be awesome. I found a V nickel once in a roll, and it was like finding like $100. It's like, oh, I know what that is, but like, am I dreaming? Is this real? 2004D, 2016. Oops. Threw them all over the place. 1999, 2016, 15, 11, 17, 88, 71, 77, 89, 2010, 69, 1997, 2013, 2001, 2015, 2016, 2017. That's a great looking 2005. Looking for doubling on the obverse. It's a 2005 Philly Bison reverse. '76, 2014, and 2006. So that's what we ended with for the good ones. I set this one aside. This is a 1960, and it looks like that it may have something on it, but it's just the way that it, like, the shine is off of the coin. There we go. And like the streaks on it, I don't know. Like it looks weird. Because on the back there's nothing, but like, and it's not coming off. So I don't know if it's just something that's on the coin. It just, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to look at it underneath the scope and see what that one is. But actually, let's look at the 43. The 43, I believe, has some possible doubling somewhere. Let me check. Check. Yeah, check. Coins. I have coins everywhere. 43. So the 43p has a couple of double dies. They have, so let's check out the date for the first one. And the date is fine. Okay. So it's not that one. On Liberty, there is doubling. So I need to find Liberty, and I do not see doubling on Liberty, so it's not that one. There's actually a couple that show up on Liberty, and I don't see either one of those. There's a couple that show up on the date, and I don't see either one of those. There's one that shows up on the eye, and I do not see that one either. So no double die on the 43 Philly, which is fine. Um, 76, 60s, 50s. Yeah, so check this out. So this is my 50s, and this is my 40s from this box. And last box, this is my 50s, and this is my 40s. So I have like exactly the same amount of 40s that I pulled out of the last box that I did this box. So that's kind of crazy. And then the last box, it was this one right here. This is the one. This is a 1938, but it's a 1938S. So the 1938S has the third lowest mintage of the entire Jefferson series. So yeah, I found good ones this time. So total between the two boxes, I've got two 2009s, two 1943 silvers, one proof, and one buffalo, which is a good mix. Good mix of coins. It's consistent with what I've been finding in these boxes. This poor buffalo that I found in the last box. This poor guy, he has seen some better days. You can't tell that there is that there's a D mint mark at the bottom, but that's all you can tell. You can't tell anything else. It's just, it's worn too dang much. Too much. Exactly right, Silver and Sense. It's, you know, I like finding the buffaloes. I have a bunch of the dateless buffaloes, but you know, you have to take into account that, you know, this is a buffalo nickel that, you know, even if it was brand new, you know, the very last year that they minted them, that's still like 80, 90 plus years ago, and to still find one of those in circulation, that's cool. That's what I like. I like, you know, the history behind it is where it's at. All right, guys. I've been on for about an hour and a half. I have some errands to run this morning. I got some projects um, that I'm trying to work on, and I'm not getting much progress on. But I may do a live stream later on the quarters that I got. But I will put a calendar time thing up and let you guys know. I want to thank you guys all for coming and watching the stream. I really appreciate it that you guys are taking the time, you know, to come over and watch me opening coins. And if you have any questions, go ahead and email at cjscoincrafts at gmail.com. And I will see you guys all later. Thanks for coming by. Doop, 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 doop.